Last time I made a video like this, oh shoot, hold on, I got a burp. Last time I made a video like this, I couldn't bench 225 yet. Now I can. We're gonna work up to it. If I feel good, I should be able to hit it anyway, so just move slow. But I played my junior season. I can't remember if I made this video before or after the season. It had to be before or during-ish, but I made this video a little while ago. I basically talked about myself and how I was brought up. So my season went by. We went 3-2 in playoff in league. We made playoffs, so we went to Division 8 playoffs. We beat Norte Vista. We beat Hemet. We beat Lancaster, and then we went to go play St. Pius X Methodist Academy. We lost to them at CIS. It started off like an alright game, and then towards the end they beat us like 39-19. For that game, it made me down. I was playing D tackle for the first half, which I'm not a defensive tackle. I was barely big enough to play D end. I was 6'1", 190 pounds, but you know, I did what I could. They wanted me there because we kind of played with an extra. We did a weird defense, but we played with an extra DB. We had a nickel, so because we were trying to account for the receivers and their pass game, we stopped their run. They didn't really run, but when they started to throw the ball, they realized they could throw long passes, they could throw short passes. But we lost to that team. That team wasn't like Division 4. They lost against all the teams, but because they had a powerful schedule, CIF said, you know what, you might have lost all your games, but we're going to push you to Division 8, which honestly sucks. We're going to bench. I already warmed up. It's going to be quick. I'm just going to do a little talking about my experiences since the season ended. And yeah. So first off, I put on some weight. Around, say, right about 20 pounds is how much I've put on since the season ended. I played about 190 if I was lucky. You know, I was 190 some days, but I was probably more like that 187-ish playing defensive end. And I was playing usually the run. I was the strong side DN, so I was playing. So I'm about 210 right now. Same thing, 210 if I'm lucky. I'm about 200. Say right about 207, 8. Depends on what I wake up in the morning and how well I eat. Let me do a set with this real quick. I'm gonna do 2 sets with each, so I'm gonna burn myself out. And then I'll go to 2 points, see if I can hit it. I hit that last rep was kind of low. I hit too low on my chest, but I go to school, stay for after school weight room. I come here. I'm actually preparing for my little brother's freshman season. I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see what he can do because, you know, he played youth football with 2 years of youth. First year he didn't do so well, and then they lost at the championships. His second year he actually started, because before he was like the second string. Now he started. He played left tackle, and he played D tackle and nose guard. So he kind of made a big role because that team's always ran a forefront, and then all of a sudden they had a fifth guy that they could play. So he played that nose guard position because they were able to put an extra guy there, and they dominated this season. His first time ever playing youth, you know, when he was a second string, he was about like 5'3", 5'4", 190 pounds. And then he hit a growth spurt over the summer. Like as soon as the season ended, he just started to grow rapidly. And this season he played at 5'10". Or sorry, he was probably like, his first time playing, he was probably like 160 to 180 pounds, somewhere in between. I don't know how much he weighed. But this coming season, he played at 195 and 195, 200-ish. And then I think towards his last game, he actually weighed at 209. And since the season ended, he's about 220 right now. He's right around that 216 to 220 area. Of course, he fluctuates kind of like I do. So my older brother's actually heavier than me, almost as tall. But he's an 8th grader. He hasn't started his freshman year yet. He's been coming to camps with me. He went to the Under the Radar camp. He went to an Upland camp. He's been coming to the Front 54s camp, a training camp, not really a showcase camp, but with Coach Yona over here in Southern California at Damien High School. Those boys. So he came with me the first time today. He did pretty good. You know, he's kind of timid. We're just trying to get him out of his shell so he can learn to play against high schoolers. He shouldn't bow down to no high schooler. We're gonna load up. And I will not be using any sleeves or wrist braces. I don't know if I did in the last video. I honestly can't remember if I had wrist braces or sleeves, but I do have them just in case I feel any pain or discomfort, or if I want to go heavy and I really don't want to injure myself. Because I haven't benched today, so I am a little tired from that camp. Woke up at about 6, 7. The camp started at 10. We got there about 9:50. Then we were there, it ended at like 1 o'clock. We got home. When we got home, we literally, oh yeah, it was good, blah, blah, we ate. I knocked out. My little brother, he showered, he knocked out. So we slept. I didn't wake up till like 6 o'clock-ish. I'm just trying to put on some side. I want to be confident in my power, because one thing that held me back my junior year, my first time starting varsity, was I'm very good at finesse rushing. I'm a speed guy, I'm lengthy, but I lack the size to make these offensive tackles or offensive linemen respect my power first. I mean, I can surprise them with a quick pop, take 2 steps back, but once I don't have the weight to keep it going. I can hit them, boom, they take 2 steps and then they sink their weight. They can stop it after 2 steps. So it's not enough to bull rush them more to make them, oh crap, I gotta really put power to counterbalance this. So I'm trying to put that extra weight on so it can be a threat. So once they start respecting my power rush, now I can really get them to stop thinking about my speed or my finesse rushes. But with God's blessing, I also want to be able to get an offer to go play and keep this, just keep the sport in my life. But I feel really far behind. That's alright. My bench press has always been on the lower end of stuff. I'm not gonna go for this right away, but I'm just gonna load it up so it's there. This is probably gonna be an embarrassing single, but it's, whatever. First, during the summer, I actually played outside linebacker. I moved to outside linebacker because, I felt small. The coaches told me I should do it. Everyone's telling me, you should probably just do this, just do that. I was like, you know what, fine. I guess I'll go play outside. I never played outside before. I've been around linemen my whole life. I don't have no idea how to play the secondary or any skill position. So I went there, I was doing all right, a lot of my athleticism translated, but you know, I got seniors over me and people that have been playing that position that just know it better. They understand the concepts more. So I was actually running with the JV group, and I was the only junior running with JV. I had a few other juniors that were playing the other side or getting varsity reps, but they had me specifically playing with the juniors, even though I was the biggest outside backer in that group. I think the next biggest was probably one of our starters. Sadly, he didn't play a CIF game. He got hurt, but he's about 6 foot, 160, 170 pounds outside linebacker. Played snake. And you had me in the season who was 6'1", 190 pounds, 185. So I was the biggest one there. I was also the strongest. I was actually probably the fastest or the second fastest, but I just didn't have the concepts. And I don't want to be a junior playing JV. That's kind of honestly embarrassing for me. I went to my coaches, and my outside back coaches like, it's fun. I tried to make the switch, but I don't feel confident. I told him I'm gonna move back to DN. And I went to the head coach and the defensive line coach is like, hey coach, I'm not feeling confident in this outside linebacker stuff. I know you guys told me to, but in all honesty, I think I'm gonna stay for DN and I want to earn my spot there. So my coaches actually talked to me about it. Is that I basically went up to them. How they word is, I went up to them and told them that I'm gonna play defensive end, and they just told me okay. So I went to go play, and the first day I ran JV. The second day, one of the varsity guy wanted a water break, so he went to get a water break. They told me to jump in, so I jumped in. I did good, and I never came out that day. The third day, I rotated with the varsity guy, and then after that fourth day, I was that varsity guy. I never came out. I always ran with the ones, and most of the time they never took me out. Even when they put the twos in, I stayed there. Not until like the second, third game when they actually like, you know what, we should get some defensive lineman depth or the defensive end depth. So they started rotating other DNs to try and get them up to speed. So we have, they can rotate fresh legs. This year, I really just want to make a name for myself. I want to make a name for myself. I want to get my first offer. I want to make first team all league. I want to make it back to CIFs. And I want to be a standout player. I don't want to be a nobody. I want to be a somebody. I want to be known, and at least in this division, this league. Like, I want to be known who I am. Because a lot of these other guys, we play Oak Hills, who's currently number 20. I don't know if they're top 35. They're top 35 in Cali. Just this year, they were top 35. Normally before, they were like at least top 50, but now they're top 35. Right, they got a whole lot of big players. A lot of their guys are going D1. And you got our school, who's got one guy going D1, who's graduating this year. He was our left tackle. His name's David Green. He goes to Idaho. He's going to be going to Idaho State as a guard because he's 6'3". He's not tall enough to be a tackle. But he's going to go play guard. And then I don't think there's a single, as of right now, there's not a single other player on our team that has an offer. There's a whole lot of interest, but nobody else in our team has an offer. So it was just our one guy with, I think he had 2 or 3 Division I offers, and then the rest were smaller ones. On a different workout and keep talking, or I just end it here. But thank you for listening. I also want to see if my body looks any different compared to last time, but yeah. Oh yeah, and also I changed my number to number 8. I'm gonna go check when I edit this, when that video was posted, what I talked about, and see what was different. Let's see how this goes. My goal is to hit this for 5. But of course I have to be able to hit it for 2 first, then 3, then 4, then 5. Oh shoot, I got it for 2. Oh my god, that's my first time ever doing that. However, when I came down and reacted, I kind of hurt my elbow. Thank you for watching. This is Jaden Teal, goes to Serrano High School, defensive end number 8.